Good morning, everyone. So now we will start what has been start before, simple harmonic motion. So in simple harmonic motion, we have understood what was deflection, what was displacement, what was velocity. Now further we try to understand these things. Okay. So acceleration in simple harmonic motion. So acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity with time. So differentiation of velocity with respect to time will give you the acceleration. So acceleration A is equal to dv by dt is equal to minus of omega square x. Omega is the angular frequency, okay, and x is the displacement. Now the acceleration is opposite to the displacement, that's why a minus sign is there, okay. The minus sign is because acceleration is opposite to that of the displacement, okay. Now v is the velocity at any position x when time was t, okay. So when time was t, x was the displacement and v was the velocity, okay. Now when the v was the velocity, a was the instantaneous acceleration at that time, okay. Now dv by dt is equal to minus of omega square x. So dv by dx is equal to dv by dx into dx by dt is equal to minus of omega square into x. Now dx by dt is equal to d is equal to velocity v, and v into dv is equal to minus of omega square x into dx, okay, cross multiplication. Now integrating from point 1 to 2, v dv is equal to integration point 1 to 2 minus of omega square x into dx, okay. So v2 square minus v1 square by 2 is equal to minus of omega square x2 square minus x1 square by 2, okay. So v2 is the final and v1 is the initial velocity, okay. So v1 is the initial velocity, v2 is the final velocity, x1 is the initial displacement, x2 is the final displacement, okay, and omega is the constant angular frequency. From this expression, we also find that v is equal to omega into under root of a square minus x square. A is the amplitude of vibration and x is the displacement from the mean position. Both are from the mean position only. Both amplitude and displacement are from the mean position only. But a is the maximum displacement. Okay, so amplitude is the maximum displacement. So velocity at any instant is equal to omega into under root of a square minus x square. Okay, where v is the velocity at any instant. Now v is equal to omega square into a square minus a square under root, so dx by dt, because v is nothing but dx by dt, change of displacement with time, okay. So omega into under root of a square minus x square, integrate it by cross multiplication. First do the cross multiplication, then integrate it. So dx by under root of a square minus x square is equal to omega dt, okay. So when you integrate it, sin inverse x by a is equal to omega t plus c, because it's a indefinite integral, okay. So constant has been come. If it had been a definite integral, no constant would have been here, okay. So in terms of definite integral, if you are doing the definite integral, then point 1 from 2, sin inverse x2 by a minus sin inverse x1 by a is equal to omega t, okay, where t is the time to move from point 1 to 2, okay. Okay, so t is the time to move from displacement x1 to x2. Now the displacement x is equal to a into omega a into sine omega t plus theta, okay. So a is the amplitude, sine is the function, omega is the angular frequency, t is the time, and theta is the initial phase difference, means the phase when time was equal to 0, okay. Now this sine function has a maximum value of 1 and minimum value of minus 1. That's why the amplitude get uh, oscillating between minus a and a value, or minus x or x value. Okay, now v is equal to dx by dt is equal to a into omega cos omega t plus theta. Okay, this omega t plus theta term is known as phase. Okay, in terms of sine function, a omega into sine omega t theta plus pi by 2. So pi by 2, because cos and is converted into sine. So a omega into sine omega t plus theta plus pi by 2. Okay, now this shows that velocity is ahead of displacement by phase of pi by 2. Okay, so velocity is ahead of displacement by a phase of 90 degrees. Okay, oh, okay. So displacement is equal to a into sine omega t plus theta. A is the amplitude, sine is the function, omega is the angular frequency in radian per second, t is the time, theta is the phase when time was equal to 0. Okay. Now the sine function has a maximum value of 1 and minimum value of minus 1. That's why the amplitude is getting from a to minus a value. Okay. Similarly, the cos is also from minus 1 to 1. That's why velocity is going from minus omega to plus omega. Plus a omega means minus a omega to plus a omega. Okay, now a omega cos omega t plus theta can be written as a omega sin omega t plus theta plus pi by 2. That's why the velocity is ahead of displacement by a phase difference of 90 degree. Okay, theta is the initial moved phase, because it's not distance, it's a phase from origin means the phase at t is equal to 0. Okay, now as you can see the sinusoidal curve and the cos curve. Okay, so the cosine curve, this is the velocity curve, that is a cosine curve, and this is the displacement curve, that is a sine curve. Okay, so you can see the sine function. Okay, 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi. So getting maximum, the displacement is getting maximum at pi by 2 phase. Okay, when the phase difference becomes pi by 2, that is the maximum displacement. And when the max displacement is maximum, velocity is equal to 0, because at pi by 2 the velocity is becoming 0. Okay, opposite of the sine function is the cosine function. Okay, so when the displacement is maximum, the velocity is equal to 0. Similarly, when velocity is equal to 0, displacement is maximum. Okay, whether it's a positive one or a negative one, it's a maximum one. Okay, so highest value of displacement from mean position is the amplitude of oscillation. Okay, so a and minus a are the maximum displacement, highest value of displacement. Okay, the time period to complete one oscillation or one complete oscillation. Okay, time to complete one oscillation is equal to time period. Okay, so time period is going from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, because it's a sinusoidal function and cosine function, so the time period is 2 pi. So the time interval should be 2 pi, and that will be constitute one complete oscillation. Okay, now the displacement is going from minus a to a, then coming from a to minus a. Okay, so time period is the time in which the displacement goes from minus a to a, and from that a position again comes to minus a, or in terms of my x, the particle is moving from minus x to x, then from x once again comes to minus x, and vice versa. Okay, so when x becomes 0, v becomes maximum, and when v becomes maximum, x becomes 0. Okay, so when x becomes 0, v becomes maximum, and when x becomes maximum, v becomes 0, means vice versa is also there. So displacement and velocity are vice versa. Okay, now you understand the once again this curve. Okay, so in this curve the x and y means the plane is there where it's a 2D plane. Okay, both are the 2D plane, and the 2D plane, this is the y axis, this is the x axis, similarly this is the y axis and this is the s axis. Now I have plotted velocity on y axis and displacement x on the x axis. Okay, so x is equal to a sine omega t plus theta, okay, and v is the a omega cos omega t plus theta. Now both v and x has a phase difference of pi by 2. Okay, so that's why the curve that we get is an elliptical path. Okay, means it's an ellipse. Okay, so it's an ellipse. So that happens with the every motion that is happening in this universe. Okay, all the planetarian motion and all those motion are in elliptical path. Okay, the orbits are always in elliptical path because that's what happening. Okay, in uh, all the things that is available in the world, in the universe, everything is under SHM. So that happens that the path is an elliptical path. Okay, that we get an ellipse. Okay, so this is the curve for that. Now if we see two harmonic two harmonic motions, means two simple harmonic motion along x axis and along y axis, then we can plot this that one displacement is a cos omega t plus theta and another displacement is a sine omega t plus theta. Both the motions are along x axis and y axis are of the SHM nature, means the simple harmonic nature, but they are along x axis and y axis. Okay, so both the uh, both the motions are simple harmonic motion, but one is along x axis and another is along y axis. Okay, now the theta has been shown here, that theta is equal to omega t is shown by the phase. Okay, o is the origin. Okay, here also o is the origin. Okay, now the frequency and angular frequency. So frequency is shown by mu. Okay, and angular frequency is shown by omega or omega n. So omega n is used for natural frequency. Okay, so natural frequency is the one in which the oscillation is happening without damping, when the force acted on it and the vibration has started and finally comes to rate without any resistance given by the surrounding. Okay, so natural frequency is the frequency which is happening without damping, in which once the force acted on it, the body is vibrating naturally and comes to rates finally without facing any resistance from the surrounding. Okay, now this frequency is equal to 1 by t. T is the time period. Okay, so omega by 2 pi is equal to 1 by 2 under root of k by m. K is the stiffness constant, or in terms of a spring, it's a spring constant. Okay, in in torsion, it's a torsional stiffness. Okay, so k is the stiffness constant. Okay, or a spring constant. M is the mass of the body. Okay, so this is equal to number of oscillation per seconds. Okay, now omega is equal to 2 pi mu. Okay, is equal to 2 pi by t. Okay, because mu is nothing but 1 by t. Okay, now energy conservation in simple harmonic motion. So energy conservation is force acting on the body is equal to minus of k into x. Okay, so x is the displacement and force is the F is the force acting on that body, and both are of opposite nature. Okay, okay, so F is equal to minus of kx. Now the work done in moving a distance x is equal to dw is equal to F into dx. Okay, the force into displacement. Okay, now integrate it. So work done is equal to, so work done is equal to 0 to x, because moving from distance means starting from the origin or starting from any point. Okay, so starting from origin 0 to going distance x. Okay, the work done is equal to definite integral 0 to x minus of kx into dx. Okay, this will give you minus of kx square by 2. Okay, now for any process dq minus dw is equal to d, means the change of heat minus change of work is equal to change of energy. That's the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, now in this question, in this term, we have computed w is equal to minus of kx square. Okay, so d will be equal to minus of kx square by 2. Okay, that's why work done on the system that's why the work done on the system is equal to a strain energy or elastic potential energy stored in the system, because elastic means what? The body is elastic one, the spring is the elastic one. Okay, that's why the potential energy stored is known as elastic potential energy. Okay, so a strain energy, because a strain is happening, because you are giving the load and that load is causing the stress, and because of the stress a strain is happening. A strain is nothing but the deformation, so it is also known as a strain energy. Okay, so a strain energy or elastic potential energy is stored in the system. Okay, so work done on the system is equal to strain energy or elastic potential energy stored in the system is equal to minus of, because of the minus dw. Okay, no heat is extended here, only the work and energy is happening. The conservation is only work and energy, no heat is involved. That's why the dq term is 0, and minus of dw means minus of kx square by 2 is equal to de. So de is equal to kx square by 2. Okay, so k is nothing but m omega square, that's why half into omega square into x square. Okay, now at mean position the elastic or means the strain or elastic potential energy is equal to 0. Why? Because x is equal to 0 at the mean position. Okay, at the center, at the origin, at the equilibrium position, the x is equal to 0. That's why the strain elastic potential energy is equal to 0. Okay, so thank you.